And that, Your Excellency, is the Kenya Police Bullets Football Club. Why don't we give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen? And with your kind indulgence, Your Excellency, will request that we take a photo with them. The first photo with just the team. Then after that, I'll request a few to join. While you hold your position, allow me to invite the CS Interior, CS Sports, PS Sports, PS Interior, the Inspector General, the Chair, and the CEO of the teams to kindly join in the podium.
Anywhere.
That's CS Interior, CS Sports, PS Interior, the Inspector General, the Chairman, and the CEO.
Not down.
Thank you. The team can now take their seats. And Your Excellency, the next team that we'd like to present to you is the Kenya Police Football Club. This is the men's club, or rather the men's football club. And this team, Your Excellency, was formed in 2014 and joined the National Super League, also known as the NSL. In 2019, Nyale Munga and Chris took over the leadership of the team. In 2020-2021, joined the FKF Premier League and won number 9. In 2021-2022, they were number 3 in the Premier League. In 2023-2024, they were number 3 in the FKF Premier League. And in the same year, they won the FKF Mozart Bet Cup and represented Kenya in the CAF Confederation Cup. In 2024-2025, they were the Kenya champions for the FKF Premier League. Allow me, Your Excellency, to now introduce to you, led by the captain David Ochieng, the Kenya Police Football Club.
Congratulations. Asante sana.
We'll start with the first frame with the team. And the second frame will have all CSs present, the PSs present, the Inspector General, the Chairman, and the CEO to kindly join in the second frame. Thank you. Teams will go to the right. Team, let's go to the right. I'll request that we be upstanding. Would like to start with a word of prayer. With your permission, Your Excellency, allow me to invite Bishop Fred Akama, who will lead us in a short prayer before we proceed with the rest of the program.
Let us pray. Our Father, in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth, we ask you for wisdom, for harmony, for peace. We pray for our leaders. Lord, as we discuss this day, lead us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Let us kindly take our seats. Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Honorable Salim Vuria, CS Sports and Youth Affairs, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, CS Interior and National Administration, Honorable Hassan Joho, CS for Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs, Dr. Raymond Omolo, PS Interior, Elijah Mwangi, PS Sports, Douglas Kanja, IG Police, Mohammed Amin, DG DCI, Kenya Police and Kenya Police Bullets Football Club and leadership, sponsors and stakeholders. Your Excellency, sir, to start us off on the speeches, allow me to now invite the Chair, Nyale Munga, who is a Senior Assistant Inspector General of Police, to give us a few remarks and our opening remarks. Why don't we give him a clap as he's coming forward. Karibu sana, sir.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Ministers present, PSS, the IG, senior officers present, players from Kenya Police FC and Kenya Police Bullets, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Your Excellency, I would start by introducing my, though you have been with them here, but I feel prudent to introduce them myself as the chair of Kenya Police FC and Kenya Police Bullets. I will start with Kenya Police Bullets. Please be upstanding. Your Excellency, this team performed so well. Last year, they won the Women Premier League, and they repeated the same this year. And the team coach, Beldin Odemba, has done a wonderful job with her technical bench. At the same time, in this team, we have a player called Mbeki Okwaro, who was the top scorer with 17 goals. That is no mean achievement. Thank you so much, Bullets. Kenya Police FC, please be upstanding. Under Coach Etienne. Thank you, Coach, for your good job. In this team, our goalkeeper, Job Ocheng won the Golden Gloves. Your Excellency, that means our goalkeeper conceded the least number of goals. Thank you so much. Kenya Police FC, you may sit. Your Excellency, these are the champions of the Premier League, Kenya, 2024-2025. Always, such achievements previously was a preserve of the big boys. But now, Police FC has arrived in town, and everybody is talking about Kenya Police FC, Your Excellency. I would also take this opportunity to introduce our sponsors who have been working with us in this journey. We have, please, our sponsors, be upstanding. Oh, please. Yes. We have Mwananchi Credit, Dennis Mombo, and then we have Betika, and Mr. Farouk from DTB Bank. Thank you so much. I would also take this opportunity to introduce members of the Board of Trustees. We decided to come up with a board for transparency and accountability, so that in case we have a challenge at any point, they would come and salvage any situation which is before us. Please, board members, be upstanding. This board, Your Excellency, is under the chairmanship of Bishop Fred Akama. Please, board members. And before the board came, I had an executive committee which has been running the affairs of this club on daily basis under the leadership of my CEO, Chris Mbwanga. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Let me begin by saying what a humbling honor it is to be standing here today on behalf of Kenya Police Football Club, and I proudly emphasize both our men's team and our women's team, Kenya Police Bullets FC. I'm filled with immense gratitude and pride. Your Excellency, this has been a historic season for us. Our men's team, Kenya Police FC, clinched the FKF Premier League title for the first time in our club's history, crowning years of discipline, investment, and belief. Simultaneously, our women's team, the remarkable Kenya Police Bullets, successfully defended the FKF Women's Premier League title, showing consistency, tactical brilliance, and a winning spirit that makes them a model of women's football across Africa. These achievements are not accidents. They are the result of vision, hard work, strategic leadership. They are a result of vision, hard work, and strategic leadership. When I look back just a few years ago, when the men's team was still competing in the National Super League, NSL, what has happened since then feels almost surreal. We came from those tough and certain days, climbed into the Kenya Premier League, fought hard to build a squad, lifted the Mozart Bet Cup. And now here we are, FKF Premier League champions. It didn't happen overnight. It took vision, discipline, belief, and unshakable commitment to building something bigger than just a football club. It took sacrifice from our players and our technical bench, our staff and our fans. But above all, it took unity, everyone rowing in the same direction. I'm incredibly proud of how far we've come, and in that regard, Your Excellency, I humbly take this opportunity to appreciate and recognize the people who made it happen. First, to the very able and committed Board of Trustees under Bishop Akama, I say a big thank you to you. This board has been steadfast in building a structure that empowers both our male and female athletes while investing in youth, mentorship, and professionalism. And our club patron, Dr. Raymond Omolo, and the deputy patron, Afande IG, your consistent support and wise counsel has been a steady hand on the wheel. Your leadership has kept us grounded and focused through every phase of our growth. Your unwavering support, passion for sports, and clarity of purpose have been instrumental in shaping our identity and ambition. And your presence has been a steady compass guiding us towards greatness. I say a big thank you. Your Excellency, I must also say that this journey would not have been possible without the renewed support that your administration has shown to sports in this country. The deliberate investment in infrastructure like our own Police Circle Stadium, the upcoming Talata Stadium, the streamlining of federations, and the nurturing of the grassroots talent, all these are laying the foundation for a sporting renaissance in Kenya. We are witnessing an era where sports is not just entertainment. It is an engine for youth empowerment, job creation, and national unity. And for that, we thank you truly, Your Excellency. As we prepare to take on the challenge of representing Kenya at the CAF Champions League, and as a women's team, Kenya Police Bullets prepares for their own continental journey after defending the FKF Women's Premier League title for a second year in a row, we are stepping onto bigger stage, but with same fighting spirit. We know there's still work ahead. As we prepare to represent Kenya on the continental stage in both the CAF Champions League and the CAF Women's Champions League, we understand what is ahead of us, and we promise our country that we are equal to the task. Your Excellency, I stand here not just as the chair of this great club, but as a witness to what is possible when visionary leadership meets determined hearts. The players, the coaching staff, our fans, and the communities we serve all share in this victory. But we are not yet done. We are just beginning. To our players, men and women, you are the face of a new Kenya, a Kenya where sports is dignified, a Kenya where dedication is rewarded, a Kenya where excellency is expected and delivered. Your Excellency, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for your consistent efforts to uplift Kenyan sports. We pledge to fly our flag high and to do so with discipline, dignity, and pride. Mungu abariki rais wetu, Mungu abariki Kenya, Police FC, Mungu abariki nchi yetu ya Kenya. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much, Chair Munga. At this point, Your Excellency, allow me to now call on Dr. Raymond Omolo, the PS Interior and National Administration. Tumkaribishe kwa makofi.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Dr. William Ruto, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Murkomen, the Cabinet Secretary for Sports, the Honorable Mvurya, and the Cabinet Secretary for Mining, Blue Economy, the Honorable Hassan Joho, my PS colleague, the PS in charge of sports, Elijah Mwangi, IG, colleagues, the management and board of Kenya Police Football Club, and players, good morning. Good morning once again. Mr. President, today I'm a very proud patron of this prestigious club. Just like the chair has said, we have arrived in this town, and being the new champions, I want to commend the management and most importantly, the players who've made this possible. Mr. President, I spoke to you a few weeks back when I was telling you that our club has won the premiership, the men's club, with a game to spare. And you are like, are you for real? Is it that because you are Police FC, you've intimidated everybody to win the league? But I said, and I repeated it this morning, that it's not possible to intimidate some of these big boys like Gor Mahia and AFC. And I am happy that you granted us an opportunity to be able to have breakfast with you and also to listen to you as you talk to these great men and women of this country that are making this country proud. Mr. President, sports plays a big role in the development of this nation. It allows us to nurture talent and also to show good example, particularly to the youth, that it's possible to make a living out of the talent that we have. Mr. President, because a lot about the club has been said, and we have also had conversations about some of the major issues that we are dealing with as Kenya Police Football Club. One is to appreciate your support in helping us revitalize and revamp the playing ground. And I must appreciate the team at the Ministry of Sports, led by Salim Vuria, that our sports ground or training ground will act as one of the training grounds for the upcoming continental championships that we will be hosting. Mr. President, majority of our players, particularly in the men's club, belong to the National Police Service. And National Police Service has contributed immensely to sports in this country, whether it's in marathon, whether it's in field and track events, and now football. And in the national team, this club has probably the biggest number of team members that carry the Kenyan flag high. Now, to keep the club up to this point, the executive team has done a good job, and I must appreciate the sponsors for standing with us. But, Mr. President, we still have a gap. And I see an opportunity for you to come in as a sponsor or to also talk to the many other institutions, particularly the private sector, to also play their role as part of their corporate social responsibility so that they can ape what the three sponsors we have are doing. And not just for Police FC Club, but also for the other and the many other football clubs across the country. Because this is the only way we are going to develop this country, by nurturing the talent that exists. Mr. President, I don't want to say more than that. Allow me to invite the Inspector General of Police to come and say a word, because these are his boys, and he's my deputy insofar as the running of the club is concerned.
Thank you very much, my PS, Dr. Raymond Omoro, Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Cabinet Secretary present with us here, the players, the leadership of the clubs. Good morning. Good morning once again. I must start by saying that as the Inspector General, I'm a very, very proud Inspector General. Because of the works that have been done by the two police clubs, both men and women, they have done a sterling job. And I'm really, really proud, because that is one of our ways, one of the outreach through which we also reach the community for the purposes of community policing. And for that reason, I am very, very, very happy. And the officers out there, I can assure you, Your Excellency, they are proud of this team. Number two, I want to mention here that National Police Service is a big and a powerful sports house. It is in the National Police Service that you will find all manner of sportsmen and women. We are the reigning champion in volleyball. We are the reigning champion in football, as we have showcased here. We are the reigning champion for the tug of war. We are everything within the National Police Service. And that is one of the reasons why. That is one of the reasons why I'm really, really proud. Most of the athletes that represent this country, both at regional and even at international levels, hoisting our flag high, are members of the National Police Service. I'm proud of them. The other thing that, Your Excellency, I would like to mention here is that I'm also a proud Inspector General of the National Police Service for the works that the officers of the National Police Service have continued to do for this country, to ensure that our country have remained safe and secure despite the many challenges that we have been going through. And I want to assure them that we study with them, we support them, we want them to execute their mandate to ensure that our country remains safe from north to south, from east to the west. The Kenya country must remain the same. It is only the only country that we have here. That is our motherland. And I want our officers, and I want to assure them to continue in that trajectory and ensure that our country remains safe and secure. And with those few remarks, let me say big thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. With your permission, allow me to invite the CS for Sports, the Honorable Salim Vuria, who will in turn invite the CS for Interior. Karibu.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, my two colleagues, CS Interior and CS Mining, the two PSs here present, the IG and the Deputy IG, the Chair of the Kenya Police Service and players, our sponsors, good morning. Your Excellency, today's occasion is very special. It's an occasion where we have come here to present to you the winners of KPL. And I want, on behalf of the ministry, also to congratulate the two teams for consistently being winners, the Kenya Police FC and also the Kenya Police Bullets. I know it has already been said that there was no intimidation. But I think the neutral person who can tell you the truth is the ministry. And we are here to confirm that the process that they went through to win was fair and square. And therefore we are very proud, Your Excellency, because these trophies are not just trophies, but they represent the achievement of your vision. A vision where you have consistently been looking forward to talent development. And this is a testament, Your Excellency, to that vision. And as a ministry, we are very happy because the two teams make a huge contribution to the national team. As we celebrate, we are also in line with playing for the Africa Champions in August. And I know that the Harambee Stars, there will be a lot of contribution from Kenya Police Service. The best strikers that we have come from Police FC. And therefore, we are very, very proud, Your Excellency, but also looking forward to ensure that we streamline the Kenya Premier League to make sure that we have more talents that are coming up. And through the leadership of FKF, already a lot is happening, to ensure that we make the league much more stronger, but also provide more other avenues for talent development. We will soon be launching the President's League, the President's Cup, which will begin all the way from the counties to the region, and also at the national level, where you will be presiding, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, so that we are in tandem with your vision, we continue, to provide opportunities for infrastructure development across the country. And I'm sure it's going to be historic, especially the legacy project at Talanta City, which will be a whole new framework in the sports fraternity. And on matters legislation, we are also reviewing the Sports Act so that we can make the environment within sports to be more conducive. And I think this morning is very, very great because you are also honoring success. So, Your Excellency, I don't want to say much because we work on your behalf and you're here. What I want to say is that whatever trophies and the teams that have won, it also demonstrates good leadership from the clubs, consistency and commitment from players, and that role modeling is important for other clubs. And therefore, the sponsors and the private sector, I think we need to mobilize many more as possible so that they can support our sportsmen and women. So, Your Excellency, with those few remarks, I also want to promise that we will work with the multi-agency, inter-ministry, to ensure that we achieve the sporting vision that you have in the country. With those remarks, I want to invite my colleague, Honorable Murkomen, to take the program from there. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, President William Ruto, the Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, my colleagues, the CSS, CS Mvurya, CS Joho, the patron of this Kenya Police FC, and our PS Raymond Omolo, our PS for Sports, our IG and the Senior Commanders President, DIG, DCI, our players from both the Bullets and the Police FC, good morning. First of all, congratulations for a job well done as a team. Pongezi sana. I was in the field when you were lifting the cup, and I was with the former Prime Minister. And I was telling him, and he came there as the patron of Gor Mahia, and Raymond was there as the patron of Police FC. So on a light note, I told him that since I'm a Gor Mahia fan, I was a very conflicted person. On one part, as a fan of Gor Mahia for many years, and now I was also on the other side, my job. In my job, my people had won. So I told him I'd take my job seriously, so I will side with my job than the team that I've supported for many years. Your Excellency, this is a very big success on the part of the sports team. I'm telling you that because there was a time people never thought that Gor Mahia, FC, Tusker would ever been dislodged from the top. They were always the teams that were up there. But literally, Your Excellency, literally, there's a new sheriff in town. And the National Police Service have come to dislodge that monotony that was up in the top. In fact, if you see the success they have made in a very short time, it's a testimony that with discipline, you can actually make great progress in a very short time. And the National Police Service has demonstrated in terms of their discipline, in terms of, if you look at their performance, it shows that their commitment to training and discipline has really helped them to be able to make this great progress. We thank you for hosting us this morning, for this tradition of you've been hosting successful teams in different fields, and we appreciate the fact that you keep an eye on these young men and women who are playing here. These are very young people. Ordinarily, Your Excellency, this is the team. A number of them will be playing for us in the Africa Cup of Nations. So they have a wonderful opportunity for the first time in more than 40 years, almost 40 years. This country will be hosting Africa Cup of Nations, and they are lucky to be playing football at this point in time because they will have an opportunity to play for the national team. And as my colleague CS Mvurya said, your investment in infrastructure, and particularly the role of the sports fund, has made a big, big difference. There is an opportunity to leverage on that, to do more, and I believe the private sector who are here are going to help us to move this forward. Your Excellency, I was joking with Honorable Joho, and I was telling him he's not going to say anything here because he's not known to play any sport. If it was dancing, we would give him a chance to. So he will wait when the dancing competition team will come here. He will come with them. Lastly, Your Excellency, I think it's important for, first of all, let me thank the IG and the DIGs and the senior commanders who are here, and particularly thank Chairman Nyale for his commitment. He has been harassing us left, right, and center. Before I came to this ministry, if he meets anybody, he says, you know, I am the chairman of National Kenya Police FC, and can you give something small? He never managed to convince me, but today you have convinced me. And I am saddened that you have convinced His Excellency the President. I don't speak for him, so when he speaks from here, we believe, Your Excellency, from your heart, you will do something to support this team. Lastly, Lastly, let me say this, that, Your Excellency, if you listen to the conversation that is happening across the country, you would imagine that there is a crisis in the National Police Service. Let me tell you, Your Excellency, this is one of the most professional police services in the continent. The most. And I am saying that because Kenya is the country that has the most difficult political environment to operate as a police officer. Political and constitutional. On one hand, the police are extremely constricted on what they can do and not do when it comes to managing public and making sure there is law and order. On the other hand, you have a population and particularly political leadership that is very belligerent in terms of supporting the work of the National Police Service and the police officers. So in this very difficult environment, the police are caught between a rock and a hard place. And in the circumstances, the police officers have made a decision whether they will side with their country or they will allow irresponsible political actors to spoil the country. Your Excellency, these police officers, having for the short period of time I've served in this ministry, and having visited them in the northern part of the country, the Kerio Valley region, where maintaining law and order, and different parts of this country, you realize that despite the difficult challenges, economic situation, facilities that they are the most patriotic lot in providing law and order in our country. And Mr. President, if you hear the people who are speaking now about we want to come to the streets, we want to do mandamano and so forth, Your Excellency, you wonder what is the exact reason. You look at the reasons that have been provided. There have been situations where, unfortunately, in the course of this providing law and order, one or two unfortunate incidents have happened, and the law has been able to take its course. But you will find that despite that process, you will find people who are looking for every reason to come to street and to cause mayhem and to stop people's businesses. And then the police officers are sitting every day simulating how they will be able to stop these people. Your Excellency, the most unfortunate scenario happened last year at around this time on 25th of June. And in that situation, Parliament was invaded. I have spoken to ambassadors from other countries when they come visit, and I've said this. In UK, for example, if any person just tweeted or posted a post on any social media to say they will be visiting Buckingham Palace, or they will go to 10 Downing Street, or they will be going to Parliament, Your Excellency, nobody will wait for them to come to the street. They will be picked from their own houses, and they will be charged. I have lived and studied in the US. I have even attempted to visit White House because there are days they are allowed to visit. If a citizen of America, in any state, however far from the Washington, D.C. is, was to write in their social media that let us go and invade White House, Your Excellency, the Secret Service would pick them from their homes. It is only in Kenya where a citizen will say they will invade Parliament, they will invade the judiciary, they will visit State House, and they still walk scot-free, not charged, and even when they are taken to court, Your Excellency, they will be released on, and they are told you can just go home for free. Kenyans need to appreciate that it is important to have the discipline that these men and women have. It's important to protect your nation. And there is nothing so good than living in a country that is so peaceful that we can come here to celebrate a team that has won a cup like it has happened. And Your Excellency, we want to promise this, that these men and women will be supported from our ministry 100%, Your Excellency, to maintain law and order. And we have received a notice from some of the political actors who, Your Excellency, not just few months ago, they were standing where I'm standing. They were defending law and order. They were standing against the chaos. But Your Excellency are sitting now planning, buying machetes and rungus trying to distribute to young people to cause violence in town. And they want us to sit here, fold our hands, and say that that is an Article 37 of our Constitution. Your Excellency, the national police and our police officer must be ruthless in dealing with such criminals, because we want this country to be a country of law and order, not a country of chaos, so that all of us can be able to thrive in this nation. Young people in this country don't deserve to be running battles in the streets. They deserve to be playing football like this young. These are their generation. These are their colleagues. We want to give them an opportunity to grow. It is not an opportunity to be used by political actors to cause violence. Lastly, I want to say, Your Excellency, in the ministry we are ready to meet the families of those who unfortunately, Your Excellency, suffered as a result, lost their children as a result of these political acts. Your Excellency, it doesn't matter what happened. From a human perspective, we are ready to meet their families, have a conversation with them, and see what else we can do to support them. Your Excellency, our doors are open. And I am sure even your door is open, and the door of the IG is open for us to meet with those families. We want to ask those political scavengers to keep off and allow those families to visit us and let us have a conversation with them to see how best we are going to help them to move forward. I thought I should raise this statement here because sports is supposed to unite this country, and our police have succeeded. They've just won the Premier League the other day. They don't deserve... Sorry, Excellency. They don't deserve to have... After winning the Premier League, these men and women don't deserve tomorrow to wear helmets and go and run in the streets. They deserve to celebrate, Your Excellency, in an environment of peace. And that's why I thought I should be able to say this. Otherwise, we are ready and we are prepared to make sure that our country is safe. Your Excellency, so those many, many remarks, it is now my singular duty and honor to invite you, Your Excellency, to come and address this important team. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, CS. Please, let's take our seats. Asanteni sana. Honorable Ministers present, PSS Executive Chairman, Bwana Nyale, and the board led by Reverend here, the patron, deputy patron, players. Good morning. Hamjambo. Let me first take this opportunity to welcome all of you to State House this morning. You already announced that you have arrived in town. So, so you have not just arrived in town, you have also arrived in State House. So, karibuni sana. Karibuni sana. And let me take this very early opportunity to the Kenya Police Bullets and to the Kenya Police Football Club to say congratulations. Pongezi. For the very well-deserved win in the Premier League, both for the women football and for the Premier League men football. I want to say congratulations to all of you, and it's a very proud moment for me to receive you today here in State House. In fact, I had to postpone cabinet so that I can do this because this is important. It is important because Kenya is a great sporting nation, and our Kenya Police is the incubator, the powerhouse of sports in Kenya. So if you combine our nation as a great sporting nation globally, and the place where that great sporting talent is nurtured is our Kenya Police, then this becomes a very significant morning that we are meeting here, not just as the Kenya Police family and the huge contribution you are making to sports in Kenya, from athletics through ball games and everything in between, including tug of war, as the IG has said. So, and therefore it is significant that we are meeting here this morning so that we can appreciate what you are doing what the contribution the Kenya Police Service is making, not just to the security of our nation, but also to our sports and being the greatest ambassadors of our nation. And therefore, I want to say, Bwana IG, to you as the commander of the Kenya Police and to your men and women, congratulations for what you're doing. I am very, very proud of the achievements and the contribution of the Kenya Police Service in securing the borders of our nation, keeping all our families, children, businesses safe, and now, beyond that, contributing to sports in our nation. I think you are playing your part as Kenyan citizens and also as patriotic citizens of our nation. In matter of sports, we did make a deliberate decision that because Kenya has demonstrated talent and expertise in sports, it is necessary for us as a nation to provide the necessary support in infrastructure and other support to make sure that our talents, our understanding is harnessed, not just for the benefit of the sportsmen and women, but for us as a nation as well. It is the reason why I took the decision in 2023 that the sports fund is not going to serve any other purpose, but just to support our sports. It had been spread all over the place in many other fields, in many other areas. We've now consolidated the place of the sports fund to make sure that it is dedicated to making sure that we support sports, we support sports infrastructure, we provide incentives for our sportsmen and women, we provide rewards for those who do well in all the fields, and shortly we will be awarding the various teams and individuals according to the CS for sports. We will be rewarding them in the coming weeks so that we can appreciate their contribution to development of sports talent in Kenya and being brand ambassadors for our nation. Every time our national anthem is sung in cities across the world, Kenya is brought to the focus in a very positive way. And that does not just happen. It happens because somebody, some sportsman, some sportswoman has dedicated time. They have sacrificed, to train and to work very hard for them to achieve what they achieve. In their achievement, as a nation, we share because they brand our nation positively. So they are truly our heroes as a nation. So I want to say to the policemen and women in the sporting field, we will continue as a government to support sports as I committed in 2023. We will continue to develop infrastructure for sports across Kenya. Salim Furia and team know that we have already agreed to build 37 sports academies across the nation. And hopefully by next year, we should have completed the 37 sports academies. At the moment, I have also given very clear direction that we improve on as many of our sports facilities and stadia in Kenya as possible. We've just concluded the stadium in Bungoma. We've just taken over the stadium in Kakamega. I have given instructions that we take over the stadium in Siaya. In Kisumu, we are now working on a new stadium. In Bomet, we are working on a new stadium. In Kapkatet, we are working on a new stadium. In Kapsabet, in Eldoret, in Kamarin, in Ruringu, in Olkalau. We are all working on new stadia, including in Maua, in Meru, and shortly we will be handing over the stadium both in Chuka and in Meru for management, as we make sure that we consolidate as much sports infrastructure as we can, so that we can avail opportunities for training, opportunities for excellence of our sportsmen and women. And of course, the improvements in Moi Kasarani Stadium are on course. The improvements in Nyayo Stadium are on course. And we are working on the other supporting facilities, including the police stadium in South Sea. And I have told Salim here, Mvuria, that even after the sports, the Chan sports, we will continue to invest in your sports stadium, because we believe that if we make that facility better, you will take it to the next level. To promise the country again that we are building the first largest football stadium in Kenya, here in Talanta. And we intend that that stadium will be complete by December this year. It will be among the largest sports facilities for football in our region. Football-only stadium. So I am sure that this will give our sportsmen and women the energy and the motivation for them to take football to the next level. And you can count on my support in the space around sports. And we will continue to dedicate resources to make sure that we build the infrastructure that will support the great talent that we have as a nation in sports. Secondly, to our policemen and women, I want to say that as president, I am very proud of what our security agencies have been able to do to secure our nation, to secure our properties, and to make sure that our families can sleep in peace. And it is the reason why among my first assignments as president was to look at the terms of service and emoluments of our policemen, of our prisons, NYS, and serving police security officers in that space. We are making steady progress in improving the terms of service of our policemen and women, including all the other security agencies in prison, in NYS, and in the other sectors. And it is also the reason why I have taken the firm position that we must look after our policemen and women as they look after our families and our properties and securing our nation. It is the reason why even our housing program, I announced the other day that we are going to dedicate at least 20% of those housing programs to our policemen and women and our security men, our security agencies. Why? Because for a very long time, our policemen and women served and lived in very deplorable and dehumanizing conditions. And that is why we are now building additional facilities, more houses for our policemen and women, and giving them an opportunity to own homes like all other citizens. I will continue to make sure that every security officer, every person who puts their lives on the line for our nation, so that our families can be safe, so that our properties can be safe, and so that our nation can be safe, I will make sure that this nation stands by them and supports them. And I say this without fear of any contradiction, because without peace and security, without stability, we don't have a nation. It is just as simple as that. And as Kenyans, we must be clear on how we go and where we go and how we get where we want to get. I must say this as president, that without peace, without security, without stability, we don't have a nation. The people who put their lives on the line to make sure that our families are safe, that our properties and nation is safe and stable, are our security agencies. As they put their lives on the line, we as a nation will support them. This administration will stand by them so that they can discharge their responsibilities within the law and make sure that our nation is safe. For the people who want to undermine, demean, try to intimidate our security agencies, I am telling them, you're doing the wrong thing. Our security men and women deserve every support that we can muster for them to secure our nation. And we must work with them. And therefore, to every police officer, from the constable, the man on the beat, I give you my assurance that the government of Kenya will support you, will stand by you as you secure our nation and as you secure our country and keep our families safe and our properties safe. I ask of every citizen and every leader to respect our police and to support our police to make sure that they secure our country. We have sufficient infrastructure to make sure that this happens within the law. I am very proud of what our policemen and women have done in Haiti, for example. Kenya was chosen amongst many nations because we have a professional police service that works within the law, that operates within the parameters of the requirement of human rights, and to make sure that our nation is managed in a manner that respects the law, but makes sure that we are a stable, progressive, and democratic nation. So to IG and your team, you have my support 100% to secure this nation and to operate for all of us, every citizen. Nobody is above the law. None of us is above the law. You cannot intimidate the police. You cannot use force against the police, or insult, or threaten the police. You are threatening our nation. Because these are our frontline defenders of our rights as Kenyans and of the right of this nation to be peaceful and to be secure. So, ladies and gentlemen of the police force who are here today, of the police service who are here today, I want to give you my assurance that as you secure this nation is going to make sure that you are also safe and your families are safe. What we are celebrating today, is a momentous occasion that, apart from the difficult job you have of securing our nation, you have also won the Premier League. You know, what an achievement. You know? Apart from all the difficult things you have to do, you have also found time to play good football. And you have won the Premier League because of discipline, because of commitment, because of the leadership that you have, and because of the commitment you have to this nation. Congratulations. You know? And you have not just won the Premier League, you have even won the Women League. Sasa si nyinyi ni watu wa maana sana kwa hii dunia jameni. Mimi nasema pongezi. Pongezi sana. You know? And you are actually telling the nation that we not only have a professional police service that discharges its duty, responsibility, mandate as is required of them by the Constitution, but you are also committed citizens and patriotic Kenyans who also contribute in other things, including sports. So because of the tremendous achievements you have achieved, the police bullets won last year and this year. You know, maybe next year, who knows? Yeah, and for the first time, the Kenya Police FC have won the Premier League. Yeah, I want to say congratulations. And please, do it again next year. You promise to do it again next year? Yeah? You'll do it again next year? Yes. Do it again next year. And because I want you to do it again next year, your patron and the deputy patron have asked me that there are some gaps in the sponsorship. Kuna, gaps here and there. So I'm going to talk to friends. And I must first congratulate Wananchi. Wananchi credit. Thank you very much for supporting these good people. Betika, congratulations and thank you very much for supporting our police teams. And DTB Bank, thank you very much for supporting this great team. So, as a Kenyan, I am going to look for some friends also to support this team. I know you have requested me that there are some gaps, and they have told me there is a gap of about 50 million shillings every year. Yeah? So I'm going to look for friends who will close that 50 million gap. Right? So nikifunga hiyo 50 million gap, nyinyi mufunge pia bao ya next year mkwe. Ama ni aje? Is it a deal? Yeah, very good. So nitatafuta marafiki. I know many of these friends. I have some good friends. And I want to ask companies, philanthropic organizations to come forward and support the talents of the young people of Kenya. In all the sports that we have many companies through CSR and all other things that they can support our teams. I am asking them to step forward because with just a little support, you can see what a team like the Kenya Police Bullets formed in 2023, just the other day, 2 years. Now they are the champions because they got some push. So if we can support more of the teams, whether they are the community teams or the regional teams and all the others, we can energize the sports area and support our talents going forward. Number two, we will improve your facility at South Sea, your stadium at South Sea. Salim, you know what to do. I know you are doing something. Lakini sukuma, we must make them proud. Sawa sawa. And then finally, I will discuss with your patron where I will find some friends who will plug in, and then we will support your team better. And finally, I know you have come to see me this morning. I will make sure that itakuwa namna hiyo. Sitaki kusema sana. Na sitaki kutakiwa mahali fulani. Lakini nitawapanga vizuri. Si ndio? At least so that you can do a small celebration. Si ndio? Otherwise, my very best wishes to you in your sports talents, as footballers, as sportsmen. Nawatakia heri. Develop your careers. We will see how to support you, to provide more facilities for training, to support you in making sure that you have the right infrastructure to develop your talents and make this nation great. And as you succeed, and it's my prayer that you do succeed, with your success is the success of Kenya, and it's our collective success. To the board and managers, I know you spend time. It is not a paying job. You people are making sacrifices. Continue to do that. Asante sana. And we really, really appreciate the fact that you step forward to support this team. And also to my good friend Nyale, thank you very much for giving your time and continue harassing people. Continue to talk to people so that they can support this team. I had also been told that you want a bus so that you can move around, especially so we will get you a good bus. I will get you a very good bus. Tutatengeneza bus mzuri. So wapi mtu yangu ya mkono hapo. Comptroller yuko hapa, lakini sasa wewe Raymond utafuatana na huyu comptroller, muende mtengeneze bus mzuri. Alafu we hand over to these people. Wawe wanazunguka naye na wanafanya hiyo kazi. So I must confess that when Raymond told me that the Kenya Police have won the Premier League, so I was asking him, which one? Where was Gor Mahia? and the FC walikuwa wapi? Or is it another one yenye imeanzishwa yenye iko kada? Ni hiyo. And so when he told me, no, ile Premier League tu hiyo, watu wote walikuwa huko ndani na tukawakaranga. Alafu nikafikiria, ama nyinyi wakati mko kwa kiwanja mnaambia hawa watu, mkitushinda mtatupata hapo mbele. Tunaweza kuweka kwa pingu. Lakini Mvurya confirms that you won squarely and fairly. There was no intimidation. It was just fair game. So otherwise, asante sana. I wish you well. Congratulations. My very best wishes. Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. A round of applause for His Excellency one more time. As we take our seats, Your Excellency, before you exit, there was a gift that let's take our seats, please. There was a gift that was prepared for you. So allow me to invite the patron, the chair, and CS Mvurya to present the gift. Yes, you may. There is a ball and a jersey. I don't know, Your Excellency, if they want you to join the team and possibly be playing number 9 striker. CEO, you can also join in the picture, kindly. CEO to also join in that picture. The two captains. And the jersey.
Maybe we also have the board, if we can have the board to also just take a picture with His Excellency, together with the patron, CEO and chair, CS as well, the board.